I was going to send this yesterday, but I decided not to. I'm just going to do it. Don't say it, just do it, right? Sometimes I say too much. A lot of times I say too much. Less is more, right? Lead by example, actions speak louder than words, blah, blah, blah. I don't need this job full time. Well, in the winter I do. But I was a lot disappointed. But you know, when I first came here, they gave me basically probably the best truck on the lot. They gave me the best run, or best runs. And I thought this was a sweet deal, and then all of a sudden, boom.
3 miles, right onto I-70 towards St. Louis.
They start trying to force me to run at night. So, all in all, this is a good gig for me. It could pay better, but, you know, the first week that I ran, I made about $1,500 or almost $1,500. So it's not that I'm not, or it's not that I can't really make any money here. And then they got the 10,000 mile bonus. I haven't reached that yet, but I should be reaching it soon. And once I get that, I'll know what that's all about. But they told me in recruiting and orientation, but I forgot. So I could make more money. Well, I will make more money once I reach that 10,000 miles. So what they do is after 10,000 miles, you get a mileage bonus. But you don't have to do that 10,000 miles in 1 month. It's regardless. So if it takes me 5 months to do 10,000 miles, then I get the 10,000 mile bonus. If I do the 10,000 miles in 1 month, which is my goal in the winter, then I get the 10,000 mile bonus that month. You know, the way it looks, I'm not going to get the 10,000 mile bonus every month in the winter. It looks like I'm going to get it probably every other month. When I get back to the yard today, they're not going to have me a reload. They probably won't have a reload till tomorrow or the next day.
Half a mile, keep right onto I-70 towards St. Louis.
Half a mile, keep right at the fork to stay on I-70 West. Follow signs for I-70 West, St. Louis.
So I'm not even going to trip. I'm not going to ask them. I'm not going to bug them for a reload today. I got another gig that I might be doing tomorrow anyway. Working out in the oil field over in Kansas, making $30 an hour.
Keep right at the fork to stay on I-70 West.
And tomorrow it's going to be almost 70 degrees, so it's going to be a nice day.
Continue on I-70 West for 77 miles.
Spring is almost here. And my summer side hustle, I don't kind of sort of need this job. I really only need this job in the winter. So I'm not going to trip anymore. I'm not going to bitch. Well, I'm going to try not to anyway. I'm just gonna get there. I'm gonna pack up my stuff. And I'm gonna go home. If they got me a reload, I'll double check with my side hustle and see if they need me tomorrow. One of my side hustles. I got 3 side hustles. 4, technically. 5, actually. So I'll check with one of them and see if they need, the oil field job out over in Kansas. These are old, smaller oil wells that are only maybe like a couple hundred feet deep. Anyway, I forgot to speed up after I left that big dude. If they don't have a job for me till tomorrow or something, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna clean out my truck. I'm not gonna clean out my truck, drive an hour home just to come back tomorrow morning. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go home, take my 2 days off, work my side hustle. If they got something for me in 2 days, great. If it's a day run, great. If it's a night run, I'll be like, call me when you got a day run. If the day run becomes a night run, I'll be like, call me when you got a day run. So, I'm just gonna stick to my guns. I'm just gonna have to work my side hustle a little harder, try to get some more business sooner, more often, so I'm not as dependent on these guys in the winter. And basically, I got my farm. I'm raising milk goats. You can check out that website at meatmilkgoat.com or meatmilkgoats.com. If you're in or come to or go through Missouri and want some meat, basically I'm raising them for meat. But I wanted them to have milking quality too. Somebody wanted to buy a doe, because later, right now I don't want to sell my does, but I'm willing to. But later, when I get too many does, I'm going to be wanting to sell them as well. And so I'm trying to have the best quality of meat, milk, goat that I can create, so that I can sell both when the time comes. Make a decent paycheck. So that's one of my side hustles. I also do aromatherapy. You can find that at oilsoftheearth.com. I'm still setting up my laboratory so that I can do my aromatherapy again. And then I work part-time for the oil field over in Kansas. They weren't paying very much, but I told them, I says, this job isn't worth $20 an hour. I was like, if you need me for $30 an hour, I'll do it. But it's a grody job, it's oil field. It's, I don't know. But they're cheapskates. They don't want to really pay. But if they're willing to pay me $30 an hour, I'm willing to work. Stay home and make $20 an hour. Then I got my tree job, my tree business. I can trim trees and make twice what I make here. I make $500 to $1,000 a day doing trees. If I can get a tree job. But I also might have to drive an hour or two to get a good tree job, because where I live, people ain't got no money. I give them a 50% discount and they act like I'm trying to rob them. So, the tree work can be a lot harder work. So, but I like it because it gives me exercise. I'm not just sitting behind the wheel, twiddling my thumbs and toes. I like the exercise. I like staying active. I like staying in fit or staying in shape. Then I got my moving business. I got a contract with U-Haul. And if you're a driver and you want a side hustle, check out movinghelper.com. Basically, I signed up for movinghelper.com. I basically set my zones where I'm willing to work and set my prices, what I'm willing to, what I want to charge, and then I go online to movinghelp.com and compare my prices to other people's prices and try to make mine fair, reasonable for me and the customer. Because, you know, the further I go, the competition may be cheaper, but I still may not be able to afford to do it for that price. So I might keep my prices higher, but at least I'm comparing my prices against the competition. And the closer places to myself, I may lower my prices, you know, based on the competition. So I got that. Now, tree jobs, the oil field, this guy's equipment sucks, so I hate doing that job in the winter. He ain't got no heat in his trucks. Bunch of crap. So I don't like doing that job in the winter. Tree jobs, I don't like. I'm a tree climber, and I don't like climbing in the rain or in the winter. So I don't do tree work in the cold. When it's too cold, I don't do tree work. And when it's too wet, I don't do tree work. The wind doesn't bother me too much as long as I'm not working next to somebody's house or power lines or something like that. You know, I'll work in the wind. That doesn't scare me. I'm not afraid of heights. I'm not afraid of high winds, per se. Just depends on the tree job. And then the moving job, well, I'll do the moving job year round, but it slows down in the winter. And the aromatherapy, I haven't got it up and running. And the goats, well, I don't have enough goats to keep me busy or keep me making money throughout the year. But that's my main gig. Those are my main gigs. And then so I've been looking for a driving job to supplement that. And now I found one, but they can't seem to work me the way I need them to work me through the winter. So I'm just gonna have to focus more on my side hustle. Like I said before, this is a great job for somebody who's either retired, semi-retired, got a side hustle, or they want this to be their side hustle. Could pay better, but the pay's not bad. Slip seating, I'm on the fence about that. It's kind of crappy. This truck was nasty when I got in it, but it still kind of stinks from the previous dog. I mean, the guy had a dog in the truck, and he was a smoker, so I have to deal with that. If I read the online reviews, I probably wouldn't have came work here. But I made the mistake of not reading it, and I went here instead of the other job that I should have probably took. But they didn't get back to me until I committed to this job. So, what do you do? The trucks are nice though. They got automatic trucks, and they got smart trucks. And like, so, I got this person who just came up behind me. I moved over behind the truck in front of me. This truck's doing 1 mile an hour slower than me, so my truck automatically adjusted to the speed that he's going. I might as well just stay here. He had his hazards on. He was going slower, but he sped up. Looks like now he's going as fast as I am, but it might be heavier than me, although I'm pretty heavy. So yeah, they got smart trucks that's got the automatic speed adjustment thingy. And they're somewhat decent, nice trucks, you know. This one, somebody wrecked it, so it looks kind of jacked up. You know, you always hate driving damaged equipment because everybody always thinks that you damaged it, but you know, whatever. Next week I'll have a different truck. So yeah, and then I forgot that I'm a Teamster, you know, so today when I get back to the yard, I'm gonna go down to the union hall, put my name on the list, and see if I can get some side work from the Teamsters, because Or maybe make that my main job and make this my side hustle. I don't know. I forgot about that. And of course, the Teamsters probably won't pick up until summer, depending on the job. So, I still got 20 years that I can invest in my pension as far as that's concerned. So I should kind of be focusing on that as well. But mostly I just need to make enough money to pay my bills and invest some money into dividend stocks so that I have my retirement plan. Because we know we can't depend on Uncle Sam. Because basically, if we're lucky, our Social Security is going to be half of what we actually made throughout our lifetime on average. So, on average, I make about $1,000 a week, but my Social Security is only going to be maybe $500 a week. Which I can live on $500 a week, but do I want to just barely live on $500 a week? No, I want to, I want that $1,000 a week, so I gotta have some sort of retirement plan on my own on the side, because we can't depend on Uncle Sam. And who knows? I may not even get that the way things are going. We don't know. We can't rely on them. So dividend stocks is the way to go, I think. Last year I made only like $300-400, but I was learning last year, so that's not bad. It's not bad. Between the cash value that I had to cash out to survive and my dividends versus my losses, because I lost like a couple $100 on Bed Bath & Beyond. Because I was doing day trading at first because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, oh, Bed Bath & Beyond, I like them, I know them. And their stocks were down, so I kept putting money in them. Those stocks kept going down and then they went bankrupt. And I lost all my money. But I learned from my mistake. I don't always learn from my mistake, but I did with this, right? And so I made that money back and then some last year. So I did good. Hopefully this year I do better. And if I just keep doing better every year between my cash value and my dividends, I'm golden. And then when I retire, if I need to cash out my cash value or some of it, I can. I'll start cashing out either the stocks that don't have any dividends, or I'll be cashing out the stocks that only pay 1 or 2% when I retire, and keeping the ones that pay the higher dividends. But I'll only do that if I need the money, because I do want to will some of that money to my nieces and nephews and my goddaughter. I don't want to have to retire and cash out all my money. I want to give some of that. I want to pass some of that on to my family. My kids, I'm kind of estranged from my kids, so my kids probably ain't gonna get nothing if they come around. Well, one of my sons will probably never come around. The other one probably will. But if they come around, then that'll change. Otherwise, my nieces and nephews and my goddaughters will get everything. So, yeah. Anyways, so that's that. I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to try not to get mad. This job, I knew I was going to make less than what I was going to make at the other company. I knew that going in. They did lie to me, but again, the reason I came here was because of the flexibility, and that's good. I can still work my side hustles. I don't have to drive every day and to make money. I can work, 3 days a week, 4 days a week tops if I wanted to, or a month if I wanted to. That's the nice thing about this job. I can make one round trip a month and still keep this job. And then I can do whatever I want. So in the winter, yeah, I may not make as much money, but in the summer, who cares? Because I got my side hustle. And if I can get my side hustle to make me some more money in the winter, then again, who cares? So no more drama. No more drama. I'm not even gonna expect them to have me a reload when I get home. I'm just gonna go home. Fuck it. You know, and if they try to run me nights, I'll be like, nope, sorry. Call me when you got a day run. No big deal. No big deal. Anyways, alright, party on. Hope everything's good. Hope you have a good new year. Hope this year is better than last year. Blah, blah, blah. All that other crap. So, also don't forget to check out co-driverfinder.com. It used to be truckerdate.com, but I'm not doing a Dateline anymore. You can still use co-driver finder as a Dateline if you want to, but I diversified it. So it's co-driverfinder.com. That's my other side hustle. Basically, I'm not even charging right now, but I'm only going to be charging like a couple bucks a month whenever I do finally start charging. There's a glitch right now where it doesn't seem to be sending the sign-up email confirmation thingy, but I'm working on that. And hopefully people can actually sign up soon. I'm not sure what's going on with that. There was another glitch too that I've never been able to fix, but it's not as important. But I'm working on those, and yeah, once I get my laboratory set up, I'll have my office more organized, and I'll be more organized. I'll have my aromatherapy lab. We're gonna be breeding chickens here soon. Chickens and guineas. We're going to be selling chickens and guineas. That's going to be our other side hustle. My girlfriend, she works from home. She makes as much money as I do, so that's another reason why I don't need to necessarily make as much as I used to. Oh. So, yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh, and then I got my campground. I forgot about that. Now, I don't have a website for that yet, but once we get our affairs in order, we're going to start working on building. We're going to drill for water and dig a septic and a poo pond. Basically, our poo is going to go in the septic, and then the overflow, instead of going into a leach field, is going to go into a poo pond. That way we don't have to worry about our leach field getting plugged up. But anyways, so whatever goes past the septic tank will go into the poo pond, and the frogs and the turtles and whatnot will do the rest of the work. But anyhow, and then I'm going to put some snails in my septic tank, so the overflow from the snails will go into the poo pond. And between the snails and whatever gets in the septic tank, they'll keep it clean. I won't have to have it pumped out all the time. But, yeah. Once we get that done, then my Kaplinger Mills property, I'm going to turn it into a little mini campground, and we'll have that as a side hustle. And that alone will almost pay my bills every month. So I'll have that and my laboratory, and I got a lot of stuff going on. again, that's a summer gig too, so I'll have to stockpile some money and get me through the winter. But I can still do this in the winter. I just won't have to rely on it as much as I get my side hustle going on. So yeah, I'm not gonna trip. I'm gonna try not to trip. I'll just be like, hey, call me when you got a day run. Nope, that's a night run. Can't do it. Call me when you got a day run. Stick to my guns. Like I said before, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. So just stick to your guns. Do what you gotta do. These people and other people will try to lie to you and manipulate you and try to get you to do what they want you to do. And you know, yeah, I may not have seniority here, but I got 25 plus years experience. I got seniority out here in the field. I'm not gonna let people walk on me and push me around, manipulate me and lie to me. So you just gotta stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Like that other driver I talked to with that other job. He's like, I don't work nights. I've been out here 25 years. I used to do that stuff when I was younger, but I don't do that no more. I'm almost 50. Same here. So, and it's actually healthier. You know, I study health and nutrition. I got, you know, I do this clearing my throat thing all the time because I got some kind of allergy. I think it's chemicals in my food allergy, to be honest. And I don't drink enough water, so that's part of my problem. But I'm not as natural and organic as I would like to be. But if I were, then I'd be a lot healthier. But I'm pretty healthy, and I'm into health. And so basically, we're not supposed to be, I mean, unless you work every night, that's fine. But if you're not supposed to be juggling your shift all the time. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your heart. It's not good for your blood. You're supposed to have a routine, a schedule, and you're supposed to stick to it. So if you're a night driver, stay a night driver. If you're a day driver, stay a day driver. Don't mix it up. I mean, you can do it every once in a while, but don't jostle your shift too much all the time because it's going to affect your health. But anyways, last but not least, if you want to learn more about stocks and dividend stocks, I'm not a guru, but I do follow some gurus and I'm learning. So check out my YouTube, Kano-Stocks, Caino-Stocks, which if you're following my YouTube, you know how to spell that. I don't have a website for that or anything. I just randomly post stuff. You know, I post my earnings every once in a while. I post my findings every once in a while. So I share with you what I find and how I'm doing. And you can do your own thing. Basically, what I do, I put $1 in everything. That way I can monitor everything. And then, whatever pays dividends, I just keep putting money in those. If it pays 1%, I put in $1. If it pays 10%, I put in $10. Every time I get a dividend, I'll reinvest $1 into the people that only pay 1%. $10 into the people that pay 10%. Right now, I'm a little bit in debt, so I'm only investing in stuff that pays more than my credit cards charge me. So whatever my debt is, whatever the interest rate is, I'm only investing in stocks that pay more dividends, dividend yield, than what interest rate I'm actually paying. But once I'm out of debt, then I'll start investing in all of them again. And like I said, if it pays 20%, I'll throw in $20, and so on and so forth. And then when I got more money to invest, then I'll throw a zero on that. So if it pays 1%, I'll throw in $10. If it pays 10%, I'll throw in $100. If it pays 20%, I'll throw in $200. And so on and so forth. So that's my trick. That's how I made money last year. That and when I needed the money, I didn't cash out anything that was in the red. Never cash out anything in the red. Wait till it's in the green. If it goes in the green, but you know, just hold on to it until it goes in the green. Don't panic. I've only really lost money on one stock. I've made money on the rest of them. Well, I take it back. There was some $1 stocks that I invested in that I lost a couple bucks in. You know, whoop-de-doo. But Bed Bath & Beyond, I lost a lot of money. Not really a lot. It was a couple $100. But I made it back and a few $100 more. So, I use it as like a savings account for whenever times are hard and I gotta cash out my stocks. I'll cash out the stuff that don't pay, but it's in the green and I got cash value. I'm making money on it. And then the other stuff that pays better dividends, I keep it in there, depending on how desperate I get. I mean, this time I got pretty desperate and I cashed out my PBR stock, which pays about 15 to 20%. But it was in the green, so I made money on it, plus I got the dividends. So it worked in my favor. But now that I'm back on track, I'm starting to put money back into PBR. It's up right now, so I'm not putting as much in. But once it gets in the red again, I'll start dumping more money in there. But yeah, so invest in your future. Don't blow a bunch of money on a bunch of crap that you don't need. You might think you need it, but you really don't. Live poor today so you can live rich tomorrow. And protect your assets so people can't steal it. Problem is, and it's not just women, you know. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, there's always someone who's looking to steal everything you worked hard for. And it could be your best friend, could be your family members, could be your wife, your husband, could be a total stranger, could be your neighbor, you know, could be all of the above. So always protect your assets. Look for ways, find ways, and do ways to protect your assets. Put them in limited partnerships, LPs. Put them away, hide them. Don't let people know about them. I mean, I kind of let people know about my stuff, and I probably shouldn't be. But you know, do things to protect your assets. Because if people know you got money, they're gonna try to pretend like they're your best friend, they're in love with you, whatever. And then once they got what they want, poof, they're gone. Or they'll stab you in the back, kick you while you're down, make you look like a loser, like an asshole, after they pretty much drained you of all your assets. Or at least everything they can get out of you. So protect your assets. All right, party on.